Welcome to Science for Sleep, where wonder and calm meet. Each night we drift through galaxies, oceans, and mysteries of the natural world, not to startle, but to soothe. Andromeda and the future sky, the approaching light. Far beyond the curve of our own spiral arms, past the dust that dims the Milky Way's horizon, there drifts another vast island of stars. It moves through the black like a slow and silent tide. From here on Earth, we see it as a faint blur in the constellation of Andromeda, a pale mist, barely visible to the unaided eye. Yet that ghostly haze is an entire galaxy, larger than our own, turning gracefully in the cold. It is Andromeda, our cosmic neighbor, our future reflection, our inevitable companion. For millions of nights, the light from its stars has crossed the emptiness between galaxies, arriving quietly, photon by photon. Each beam that touches our world tonight began its journey 2.5 million years ago, when the first ancestors of humankind were just beginning to look toward the sky. To look at Andromeda is to look into the past, to witness ancient light that has been traveling since before memory began. Astronomers call it M31, the 31st object in Messier's catalog. But long before catalogs, long before telescopes, people simply called it the Great Nebula. They thought it was a cloud, a soft wisp of celestial smoke. Only in the last century did we learn the truth, that this mist is a galaxy, a vast spiral of hundreds of billions of suns. And within its golden center spins a heart much like our own, a black hole hidden behind veils of dust, quiet and immense. Andromeda stretches more than 220,000 light-years from edge to edge. Its spiral arms are woven with blue newborn stars, clusters bright enough to pierce the distance. Between those arms lie rivers of dust, dark lanes that curve like brushstrokes across a cosmic painting. Every turn of those spirals takes 250 million years, a single galactic heartbeat. And in each rotation, new suns ignite while old ones fade, keeping the balance between fire and shadow. We and Andromeda share a destiny written in gravity. Across 2.5 million light-years, the two galaxies are drawn toward one another. Their mutual pull is slow, but unstoppable. At this moment, Andromeda approaches us at roughly 110 kilometers per second. A pace gentle by cosmic standards, yet powerful enough to reshape the sky in billions of years to come. Through telescopes, we can already see the motion. The spectral lines of its light are shifted slightly toward blue, showing that it is coming nearer. Each year, it closes the distance by about 100 billion kilometers, imperceptible to us, but certain. Someday, long after our sun has evolved, the two spirals will meet. Their stars will pass through one another like ghosts. Their shapes will merge and settle into a single luminous oval. That future galaxy, scientists believe, will be called Milkomeda, the child of two giants. But for now, Andromeda drifts alone in silence, a queen among constellations. It hangs above our northern horizon on autumn nights, best seen when the air is cold and clear. To the eye, it seems fragile. To the mind, it is infinite. Even small telescopes reveal its glowing core and delicate arms. It looks calm, but within it are storms, supernovae, starbursts, and clouds colliding at the edge of creation. At the galaxy's center lies a supermassive black hole at least 100 million times the mass of our sun, more than 20 times larger than the one at the heart of the Milky Way. It turns silently, wrapped in magnetic fields and rings of gas. Around it, old red stars orbit like faithful witnesses to time. Closer in, stars race at thousands of kilometers per second, tracing invisible ellipses around the unseen core. It is a mirror of Sagittarius A, a twin across the gulf of space. The arms of Andromeda hold many wonders: globular clusters older than our galaxy, clouds where new suns are forming, and remnants of smaller galaxies that it has already consumed. Over its long life, Andromeda has grown by gathering others into itself, absorbing neighbors, merging their light with its own. It is a gentle cannibal, a patient builder of brightness. Andromeda's color tells its age. The core shines yellow-white, rich in old stars, while the spiral arms glow with blue, the mark of youth. In those outer lanes, stars are still being born from collapsing gas. Every newborn sun adds to the galaxy's radiance, keeping it young in appearance even as its center grows old. From our perspective, this blend of colors makes Andromeda the most beautiful spiral in the local group, a galaxy half in maturity, half in rebirth. When astronomers photographed Andromeda through long exposure, they saw faint companions orbiting it, small dim galaxies such as M32 and 110. These satellites drift near the main disk, tethered by gravity, their own stars slowly being drawn in. One day, they will disappear into Andromeda completely. Such is the nature of galaxies. They grow by gathering what wanders too near. If one could stand within Andromeda and look outward, the Milky Way would appear as a small, pale band rising over its horizon, a distant, spiral ghost against the dark. From there, our galaxy would seem as soft and mysterious as Andromeda appears to us. Two mirrors facing each other across space, each reflecting the other's light. Every photon crossing that distance tells the same story. That connection in the universe is inevitable. Gravity pulls, light travels, time flows, and eventually, all separations close. Andromeda's journey toward us is not collision, but reunion. It is the universe remembering itself. Even now, as you listen, more of its ancient light is arriving. It passes through our atmosphere and touches your eyes, gentle and unchanged by the years. You are seeing something that began its voyage before human history, before language, before memory. It is not just light. It is time made visible. And somewhere in the deep calm of space, Andromeda continues its motion, unaware of how many dreams it inspires. It drifts through the silence with purpose, following a law older than stars. Its destination is written, but its path remains serene. The future is already on its way, carried toward us by the steady blue shift of light. And as we gaze upward, perhaps the most humbling truth of all is this: we and Andromeda are not separate stories. We are part of the same arc, two spirals drawn together by the same gravity that once shaped the first stars. Our meeting is not an ending, it is a continuation, a new rhythm waiting beyond sleep. The sea between galaxies. Between our Milky Way and the approaching Andromeda lies a space so vast, so quiet, that even the word empty feels too loud. It is called the intergalactic medium, a sea not of water, but of whispers. Here, there are no planets, no suns, no steady glow. Only faint atoms drift through the dark, spread thin across the distance of 2.5 million light years. If the Milky Way and Andromeda are islands, this is the ocean between them. a gulf made not of nothingness, but of invisibility. Hydrogen floats here like forgotten breath, one atom in every cubic meter, a trace of what once was, left behind from the first fire of the universe. It is a place where light travels unhindered for eons, where time stretches long and slow. This sea is not silent by absence. It hums softly with radiation, a leftover echo of the Big Bang. Everywhere, faint microwaves ripple, their energy cooled by billions of years of expansion. To human ears, it would be beyond hearing, but instruments can sense it. The cosmic background, the first afterglow of creation. It fills the sea between galaxies like a distant lullaby, constant and low. Occasionally, a photon passes through, ancient light from a star, or the burst of a supernova long gone. Most never find an eye to catch them. They wander for eternity, bearing messages no one will read. This is how the universe keeps its memories, not in words, but in the quiet persistence of light. Between galaxies, gravity still holds sway. Though invisible, its threads connect the Milky Way and Andromeda like unseen tides. Space is curved ever so slightly, guiding both galaxies toward one another. It is not speed that drives them together, but patience. Across eons they drift, responding to a call deeper than sound. If one could look at this region with eyes sensitive enough, one might see faint tendrils of matter, long filaments of gas and dark material stretching like strands of spider silk through the void. These filaments are part of the cosmic web, the grand structure of the universe itself. Every galaxy lies along these threads, as if the cosmos were an intricate fabric woven from gravity and light. The space between Andromeda and the Milky Way is one such strand, nearly invisible, yet vital. A path connecting two hearts across the night. Within this ocean of darkness, there are wanderers. Stars ejected from galaxies long ago drift here, no longer bound to any home. They are called rogue stars, solitary travelers shining faintly in exile. Around them may orbit planets, entire worlds adrift, cut loose from their suns, their skies forever black. Such planets are known as rogue worlds, and though they are silent, they still carry heat deep inside, warmth preserved like memory. Even here, in the loneliest parts of space, there is still motion, still life of a kind. Astronomers once thought the space between galaxies was utterly empty, but new observations revealed it glows faintly in ultraviolet and X-ray light, a sign that even in apparent emptiness, particles collide and heat the darkness. The intergalactic medium is thin, yes, but not dead. It breathes on a scale too slow for us to sense, exchanging whispers of energy across millions of light years. Imagine traveling through it, leaving the Milky Way's edge and setting out toward Andromeda. At first, the stars would thin, their light dimming behind you. You would pass through the galactic halo, a vast, faint sphere of gas and scattered stars surrounding our spiral. Then, beyond even that, the last outposts of light would fade until only blackness remained. No up, no down, only direction, defined by memory. Your ship would move for centuries before passing a single, lonely atom. Radiation would hiss faintly through the instruments, the background hum of creation itself. Ahead, Andromeda's glow would be invisible to the naked eye, a dim presence on the detectors. But over generations, that glow would grow, slowly brightening like dawn after an endless night. Every year, the faintest blue shift would mark your progress, the approach of another world, another spiral. It is strange to think that what separates galaxies is not a wall but a bridge, a place where time has slowed enough to preserve the universe's oldest light. When astronomers point their telescopes into these voids, they are not looking into nothingness, but into history. Each faint wisp of gas carries a record of the universe as it once was. By studying how that gas absorbs the light of distant quasars, scientists map the invisible. They learn how matter flows between galaxies, how it fuels their growth, and how it slowly returns to the cosmic web from which it came. In this way, the space between Andromeda and the Milky Way becomes a library without walls, a record written in radiation and emptiness. We may never cross it in person, but through light and mathematics, we can understand it, almost feel its stillness. Andromeda and the Milky Way are not alone. Around them drift dozens of smaller galaxies, all bound together in what astronomers call the local group. Each one floats in this same intergalactic sea, like islands scattered across an unseen current. Some are bright and structured. Others, like the faint dwarf galaxies, are little more than swirls of starlight and dust. Together they orbit a common center of mass, moving slowly through the greater web of the universe. When you picture this in your mind, imagine it not as a void, but as a vast, breathing organism. Two great hearts connected by invisible veins. Every photon that leaves Andromeda crosses this sea. Every wave of gravity that trembles from a colliding star passes through here too. The space between galaxies is the bloodstream of the cosmos. In the cold of this ocean, temperatures fall near absolute zero. Yet even here, atoms dance. Hydrogen and helium drift in slow patterns, responding to the pull of distant galaxies. Where their paths cross, they gather into faint clouds, seeds of new galaxies for the far future. Nothing in the universe truly rests. Everything is always becoming something else. Andromeda's pull can already be felt within this space. Measurements show that its gravity tugs gently on the Milky Way, slightly warping the outer reaches of our galactic disk. The same is true in reverse. They are, even now, shaping each other's edges across 2 million light-years of silence. In a sense, the collision has already begun, not in brightness, but in gravity. The sea between them is tightening, the current drawing in. Each galaxy drifts closer, following an invisible slope in space-time. They are like two leaves caught in the same slow whirlpool, circling toward the same center. And when they finally meet, this sea will no longer exist. It will become part of the new galaxy, filled with light and movement once more. The silence will end in radiance. The emptiness will become creation. Until then, it remains what it has always been. A calm between tides, a pause between heartbeats, a space where the universe holds its breath. Look up tonight, and though your eyes cannot see it, remember, between the stars you know and the stars you cannot, there lies a bridge made of gravity, light, and time. You are part of that bridge. Your atoms once scattered through that same dark sea before finding form here in this brief, shining moment. Even the space between galaxies is home to the pieces of us. And as you drift now into quiet, know that the universe drifts with you, slow, patient, endless. The first light of Andromeda. Long before the Milky Way and Andromeda began their slow approach, before the constellations formed above any world. There was only darkness. Then came light, the first breath of the universe, expanding outward in every direction. From that first fire, galaxies began to take shape. Tiny ripples in the newborn cosmos grew under gravity's patient hand, gathering gas and dust until stars ignited. And among those growing islands of light, one would become Andromeda, the largest and most luminous in our local group. It began not as a spiral, but as a gathering, a faint mist of hydrogen and helium swirling within an invisible halo of dark matter. Gravity pulled the gas inward, compressing it into knots, where the first stars flared to life. These ancient suns were massive and brief, living fast and dying in brilliant explosions. Their deaths scattered heavier elements, carbon, oxygen, iron, into the space around them. From those ashes, new generations of stars were born, cooler and longer lived, forming the early foundation of what we now call the Andromeda Galaxy. This was more than 10 billion years ago. The universe was still young then, only a third of its current age. Andromeda's first stars shone blue and hot, lighting up the dark with their fierce radiance. Clusters of them merged, drawn together by gravity's pull, spinning faster and faster until the first hint of a spiral began to appear. In that rotation, the galaxy found its rhythm, a slow turning that would continue for billions of years. Each arm that unfurled carried the light of countless suns. The spiral became a living pattern, matter and motion woven into one. Stars drifted inward toward the growing center, feeding the supermassive black hole that would anchor the galaxy for eternity. This was Andromeda's heartbeat, faint but steady. Creation, collapse, renewal. A cycle repeated so many times that the galaxy learned to sing in light. Across those early ages, Andromeda collided and merged with smaller galaxies. Each encounter added new stars, new streams of dust, new layers of motion. The scars of those mergers still linger today, hidden in its halo. Long ribbons of starlight, like faint memories stretched across the void. Astronomers can trace these stellar streams, the trails of cannibalized galaxies, and read the story of Andromeda's growth in their shape. The galaxy's current beauty, its symmetrical arms, its glowing heart, is the result of cosmic patience. Every collision, every gravitational embrace refined its structure. Stars that once wandered found their place in the great spiral. Gas clouds, compressed by shock and pressure, collapsed into new clusters. And through it all, the galaxy kept turning, unaware of its own perfection. Andromeda's central bulge is a relic of that early time. There, old stars orbit in tight ellipses, their light soft and golden. They are the survivors of the first age, witnesses to 10 billion years of cosmic weather. Around them lies the disk, thin, bright, filled with youth. Blue stars shine there, immense and short-lived, lighting the spiral arms like lanterns. Each one will die young, leaving behind white dwarfs, neutron stars, or black holes, the quiet bones of light. If you could see Andromeda as it was then, in its first brilliance, it would have glowed brighter than now. The density of stars was greater, the birth of suns more frequent. The galaxy pulsed with creation, a place where gravity and fire worked in perfect rhythm. And though that era has faded, its echoes remain in the light we see tonight, photons that left long ago, carrying the memory of those first dawns. Astronomers study Andromeda's oldest stars to understand this beginning. They find them in its halo, far from the spiral arms, ancient red giants, low in metals, rich in time. Their light carries the chemical fingerprint of the early universe, unchanged since the dawn. By reading those patterns, scientists can trace when and how the galaxy first took shape, how long it has been spinning, and how much matter lies unseen within it. Around Andromeda's edges drift globular clusters, compact families of hundreds of thousands of stars bound together since the beginning. Each one is a fossil of the past, orbiting the galaxy like moons of light. They are among the oldest structures in the universe, born before the spiral even found its form. In their dense cores, stars move so closely that collisions are common, their orbits weaving a complex dance billions of years old. Andromeda's story is not just of stars, but of invisible matter too. Dark matter, unseen yet dominant, makes up most of its mass. It forms a vast halo around the galaxy, extending far beyond what the eye can see. Without it, Andromeda could not exist. Its rotation would tear it apart. This hidden substance, whose nature remains one of astronomy's greatest mysteries, holds the galaxy together, shaping its fate from the shadows. When light from Andromeda reaches us, it carries not just color and brightness, but rhythm. Its rotation shifts the wavelengths slightly, allowing astronomers to map its motion. Through this, we see that its outer arms move more slowly than its center, a graceful spiral within a spiral. The galaxy breathes through its movement, inhaling through gravity, exhaling through radiation. Every star, every cloud, every grain of dust is part of this cosmic respiration. And somewhere, perhaps in one of its countless systems, planets orbit suns just like ours. Perhaps one of them holds oceans and winds, perhaps life. If so, they too might look up at their night sky and see a faint, milky glow, our own galaxy, the Milky Way, shining across the void. Two civilizations, separated by millions of years and light years, looking toward each other in wonder. The light that travels between us and Andromeda is a bridge across time. Each photon has crossed the ages, untouched by gravity's weariness. It reminds us that the universe does not rush. It waits, it watches, it endures. Even across millions of years, light finds its way. Andromeda's first light still moves through space, mixing with the new, layering time upon time. When you look at it through a telescope, you are not seeing one moment but many, 1,000 ages of starlight, overlapping and alive. That is the true wonder of the galaxy, not its distance but its persistence. It continues to shine, to exist, to call across the silence. So when you look up tonight, think of that faint patch of haze not as distant, but as near. Its light is already here, mingling with ours. We are not waiting for Andromeda. We are already touching it in light. The future and the past meet in your eyes. And in that meeting, time folds softly. Like a closing hand, the galaxy we see is a memory. But its glow reminds us that every memory is also a beginning. For just as Andromeda's light arrives, new light is born to replace it. And the cycle continues, steady, infinite, serene. The Spiral Symphony. Andromeda moves not in silence, but in rhythm. If you could hear it, you would notice how each star adds its note to the greater song, a music made not of sound, but of motion. The galaxy's vast spiral arms turn with a steady grace, each rotation taking hundreds of millions of years. And yet, in the language of the cosmos, it is a heartbeat, slow, patient, eternal. The structure of Andromeda is a marvel of balance. Its luminous core glows golden, dense with ancient suns. Around it, spiral arms unfurl like ribbons of light, woven with dust and the restless birth of stars. The pattern repeats with mathematical beauty, each arm tracing the geometry of a logarithmic spiral. The same pattern found in seashells, storms, and even the unfurling of galaxies across the universe. It is as though nature, in every scale, speaks the same quiet language. If you could rise above Andromeda, far enough to see it in full, you would witness a living mandala, a luminous whirl of billions of suns, each tracing an invisible curve through space. The spiral arms would appear as brushstrokes of light, fading from bright blue near the edges to warm amber near the center. Dark lanes of dust would weave through them, not as flaws, but as pauses in the music, the spaces between the notes. Astronomers call these spirals density waves. They are not fixed structures, but patterns that move through the galaxy like ripples in water. Stars enter and leave them, drawn in by gravity, carried out by motion. As gas clouds drift into these arms, they are compressed, igniting into new stars. It is a process both endless and gentle, the galaxy's way of breathing, inhaling gas, exhaling light. Each star in Andromeda moves in its own orbit, yet all together they form harmony. The inner regions spin quickly, the outer ones more slowly, but gravity keeps their motion bound in a perfect rhythm. It is a cosmic dance choreographed by invisible laws, the interplay of motion, mass, and memory. In that balance lies the galaxy's stability, a reminder that even chaos can find order when given time. At the galaxy's heart, near its bright core, the stars move fastest. Some complete their orbit in just a few million years, sweeping through dense regions of dust and gas. Others, farther out, take billions of years to make the same circuit. Each orbit is a note in the galaxy's melody, some fast, some slow, all part of a single phrase that never ends. The arms of Andromeda are alive with color. There are glowing blue regions where massive stars burn fiercely, and red nebula, clouds of hydrogen illuminated by the stars they've just created. These nebulae are the birthplaces of suns, the soft, glowing cradles of the future. Elsewhere, vast dark regions mark the absence of light, dust so thick it hides everything behind it. But even those shadows have purpose. They are the quiet moments that give contrast to the galaxy's brightness. When astronomers photograph Andromeda in different wavelengths, radio, infrared, ultraviolet, X-ray, they reveal different layers of its song. Radio waves trace cold hydrogen gas, the raw material from which stars are born. Infrared light reveals older stars, their warmth glowing softly beneath the dust. Ultraviolet light marks the youngest, hottest suns, while X-rays show violent regions, supernova remnants, binary systems, and the restless energy of the galactic core. Taken together, these wavelengths form a symphony of light. Each reveals a different instrument in the orchestra. Bass tones of gas, mid-range harmonies of stars, high notes of radiation. To study Andromeda in this way is to listen to the universe not with ears, but with understanding. Somewhere in those spiral arms, new systems are forming right now. Clouds collapse, temperatures rise, fusion begins. Perhaps one of those stars will one day have planets. Perhaps one will harbor oceans, winds, and consciousness. If so, its sky will shimmer with the light of the Milky Way, a pale streak rising over alien horizons. And its inhabitants might look toward us, wondering what it means that two galaxies move toward one another in the slowest embrace ever known. Andromeda's arms are not symmetrical by accident. They are shaped by encounters, past mergers, gravitational tugs from its satellite galaxies, and the subtle influence of dark matter. Each arm carries scars, ripples that speak of collisions millions of years old. But these scars are beautiful because they remind us that perfection is not stillness, it is persistence. When a supernova explodes in one of Andromeda's arms, it momentarily outshines the entire galaxy. The energy from such a blast ripples through surrounding clouds, triggering new waves of star formation. Destruction becomes creation, sound becomes silence. The rhythm continues. This is the galaxy's music, not composed, but emergent. If you could translate the motion of every star into sound, the result would not be chaos. It would be harmony, slow, deep, layered tones blending into one another, an endless chord sustained by gravity. The Milky Way plays the same song. And one day, when the two galaxies meet, their melodies will merge into a new harmony, a chord vast enough to fill the future sky. For now, Andromeda turns alone, its arms stretching through the dark like the arms of a dancer. Every curve of its spiral is a testament to time, to endurance, to beauty that never hurries. If the galaxy could speak, it might tell us that motion is not the opposite of stillness. It is stillness made visible. Even now, light from those arms travels toward us, crossing millions of years to arrive in this moment. It has passed through dust and cold, through the quiet sea between galaxies, to touch our eyes and remind us the universe is not empty. It is full of music, and we are part of its song. The hidden fires. Every galaxy glows with visible light, but what sustains it lies mostly unseen. In Andromeda, as in all things vast, the true strength is hidden, in darkness, in gravity, in silence. The stars we see are only a thin skin stretched across something much greater, a faint shimmer above a sea of invisible fire. If you could peel back the light from Andromeda, the spirals would fade, the dust would vanish, and you would glimpse a web of forces, an unseen structure made of matter we cannot touch. This is dark matter, the quiet architecture of the universe. It does not shine, reflect, or absorb. It simply holds. Without it, Andromeda's spin would fling its stars into the void. But with it, every orbit, every spiral, every flicker of light remains in perfect balance. Astronomers discovered dark matter not by seeing it, but by noticing what they could not explain. When they measured how fast the stars at Andromeda's edges moved, they found they were going far too quickly. At such speeds, the galaxy should have torn itself apart long ago. And yet, it held together, as though some unseen hand was keeping it whole. That hand is dark matter. Andromeda's halo of dark matter extends far beyond its visible disk, 10 times wider than the galaxy itself. a sphere of invisible gravity reaching across hundreds of thousands of light years. Within that halo, every star, every gas cloud, every orbit finds its anchor. The light dances because the dark holds it steady. No one knows what dark matter truly is. It might be exotic particles that pass through our bodies without resistance, or ripples in the very geometry of space. We can only measure its presence by its pull. It is the universe's greatest ghost, everywhere, yet always beyond our grasp. Andromeda's hidden fires are not only made of dark matter. At its heart burns another secret, a supermassive black hole, a region so dense that nothing, not even light, can escape. Around it swirl disks of gas heated to millions of degrees, shining in X-rays, whispering in radio waves. This core, though silent to the eye, is the most energetic place in the galaxy. The black hole's gravity commands the orbits of millions of stars near the center. Some race around it at speeds approaching 1% of light. Others drift slowly, bound by invisible chains. Occasionally, a star strays too close and is torn apart, its matter spiraling inward like water down a drain. For a brief moment, the black hole flares, a quiet flicker in X-rays that we can detect even across millions of light years. Yet for all its power, Andromeda's black hole rests. It is dormant now, feeding only occasionally. But once, long ago, it was active. A quasar blazing so bright that its light outshone the entire galaxy. During that time, energy streamed outward in twin jets, piercing the darkness with beams that stretched for thousands of light years. Now those jets are gone, their remnants faint echoes in radio maps, memories of a time when Andromeda's heart was a sun unto itself. Even when the black hole sleeps, it shapes the galaxy. Its gravity stabilizes the core, keeping stars in harmony. It sculpts the orbits of gas clouds, determines the pace of rotation, and may even influence the rhythm of star formation. Like a conductor whose gestures are unseen, it keeps time for a symphony too vast for sound. Andromeda's hidden fires extend beyond its heart and halo. They lie in the thin plasma that fills its outskirts. The circumgalactic medium, a vast, hot envelope of ionized gas surrounding the visible galaxy. It glows faintly in ultraviolet, a halo so enormous it overlaps with our own Milky Way's outer regions. Here, the two galaxies already touch, not in stars or dust, but in heat and gravity. This outer halo is where the past and future meet. It contains the debris of old stars, the ashes of supernovae that once lit Andromeda's arms. Every time a star dies, it breathes heavy elements into this halo: iron, oxygen, silicon, the seeds for new worlds. Over billions of years, that material cools, falls inward, and forms new stars in the spiral arms. It is a cosmic cycle. Death feeding life, silence creating sound. Inside this invisible region, particles move at unimaginable speeds, colliding and dispersing in patterns that resemble the dance of fireflies. Though it looks like emptiness, it is full of motion, a restless energy that never fades. Even when galaxies sleep, their halos keep dreaming. If we could see Andromeda's hidden fires in full, the galaxy would no longer look delicate and serene. It would blaze like a storm, rings of energy, shock fronts of heat, currents of magnetism rippling through its arms. Light would be just one layer of its existence. Beneath it lies a world of forces we cannot see, but that make the visible possible. And yet, for all this unseen energy, Andromeda remains graceful. It turns without strain, its stars unhurried, its arms smooth and calm. The balance between chaos and order has been achieved over eons, a harmony that no hand composed, yet every atom obeys. If you look closely at the images of Andromeda taken by modern telescopes, you might notice faint arcs beyond its main disk, ghostly rings of light stretching far into space. These are the traces of past collisions, shock waves left by galaxies long absorbed. They are the footprints of Andromeda's history, ripples frozen in time. The hidden fires are not just physical. They are also the quiet persistence of pattern. Gravity, energy, motion, all working together to create something vast yet stable. This is the secret of galaxies. They do not merely exist, they endure. Even when their visible light fades, their structure remains, held by invisible hands. And so, when we gaze at Andromeda's gentle glow, we are seeing only its surface. Beneath that calm lies a storm of creation, a furnace of gravity and dark matter, a silent machinery running since before life began on Earth. The stars are only the visible notes of a deeper melody, and we, for a brief moment, are listening. Somewhere within those spirals, new light is being born even now, rising from the hidden fires to replace what fades. Andromeda breathes through that cycle, dark to light, collapse to renewal, silence to song. To understand it is to feel the pulse of the universe itself, steady, unseen, eternal. The language of dust. In the great expanse of Andromeda, light and darkness are never separate. Every glowing star is balanced by a shadow, a veil of dust that both conceals and reveals. This dust, though finer than smoke, is one of the galaxy's most eloquent storytellers. It records every era, every birth and death of a star, written not in ink, but in silence. The space between stars is not empty. It is filled with microscopic grains, fragments of carbon, silicates, and frozen molecules of water, ammonia, and methane. They drift like soft ash through the galaxy's spiral arms, the residue of creation. When a star dies, it releases its elements into the void. When another is born, it gathers that same dust to form new worlds. Every particle has lived 1,000 lives, once part of a star, then a planet, then again scattered to begin anew. Astronomers call this the interstellar medium, but it is more like a library, a vast archive of cosmic history waiting to be read. Dust does not destroy light, it shapes it. It scatters blue wavelengths, letting red ones pass, turning Andromeda's glow into a tapestry of color and depth. Where dust gathers thickly, the galaxy darkens. Where it thins, the light floods through, illuminating the spirals like rivers seen from above. Infrared telescopes reveal this hidden structure. In visible light, Andromeda seems graceful and calm. But in infrared, it glows with warmth, rings, filaments, and waves of dust circling its heart. Some of these structures are the remnants of past collisions, the fingerprints of smaller galaxies long absorbed. Others are the gentle ripples of density waves, where dust gathers just before stars ignite. Each grain of dust begins as something violent. When a massive star ends its life in a supernova, Its explosion forges new elements and sends them outward at tremendous speeds. As the debris cools, those elements condense into tiny crystals and spheres, each no larger than the particles of smoke rising from a candle. These fragments drift for millions of years, collecting ice and molecules, forming the raw material of new solar systems. From destruction comes the clay of creation. Within Andromeda, clouds of dust act as wombs for stars. In the densest regions, gravity gathers gas and dust together, compressing it until the heat within ignites hydrogen into fusion. The dust absorbs the newborn light and re-radiates it softly in infrared, a warm whisper that telescopes like Spitzer and Herschel can hear. Through those whispers, astronomers map the galaxy's secret workings. One of Andromeda's most famous dust structures is its ring system, two vast, concentric circles of gas and dust surrounding its core. The inner ring lies about 20,000 light-years from the center, while the outer stretches almost twice as far. These rings are not stable structures. They pulse and ripple with time. Some scientists believe they were formed when Andromeda collided with a smaller galaxy, its gravity sending waves through the disk like ripples in water. Others think they are the natural result of density waves, matter gathering rhythmically under the pull of its own rotation. Whatever their origin, they are the heartbeats of the galaxy, regular, soft, enduring. The dust within these rings glows faintly, warmed by the stars it surrounds. It is too cold to shine in visible light, but its warmth gives off a quiet luminescence in the infrared. To the human eye, this is invisible, but to a sensitive detector, it is a language, a vocabulary of heat, density, and composition. From it, astronomers can tell where stars are forming, how old they are, and how much raw material remains for the next generation. Dust not only creates, it preserves. Hidden within its grains are molecules, complex chains of carbon and hydrogen, some of the same molecules that form the basis of life. When comets and meteorites carry this dust into young planetary systems, they seed those worlds with the ingredients of biology. It is possible that life itself, everywhere in the cosmos, owes its beginnings to the soft rain of interstellar dust. In this way, the dust of Andromeda speaks to us across time. It tells us that matter remembers, that nothing is ever truly lost. Every atom that now shines in a star was once hidden in the dark, and every bit of darkness, given patience, will one day shine again. To understand Andromeda's dust is to understand its rhythm. The galaxy is not static, it breathes. Stars are born, burn, die, and scatter their ashes, only for those ashes to form the next generation. The dust is the breath between these lives, the inhalation and exhalation of eternity. Through the dust, Andromeda hides its secrets with tenderness. It softens its light, conceals the violence of stellar birth and death, and turns it all into something serene. Even chaos becomes gentle when seen through dust. It is a veil, yes, but also a mercy. Our own Milky Way carries the same language, written in the same fine grains. When the two galaxies meet in the far future, their dust clouds will mingle, their stories blending into one. New stars will form from the combined material, their light carrying the memory of two histories intertwined. The future galaxy, Milkomeda, will be a place where Andromeda's dust and ours become one endless script written in starlight. For now, though, Andromeda's dust drifts quietly, It glows faintly, almost imperceptibly, marking the places where the next suns will rise. Every speck is a promise, every shadow a beginning. If you could hold a handful of it, you would be holding the future, the raw material of stars, planets, and perhaps life itself, but it would slip through your fingers, so fine, so fragile, that it would vanish into the air before you could speak. And maybe that is the message it carries, that the most enduring things in the universe are often the ones we cannot grasp. So, as Andromeda turns in silence, its dust flows like a soft current through the spiral arms, linking birth to death, light to dark, memory to becoming. It does not rush. It simply is, ancient, patient, eternal. And in that stillness, the galaxy speaks, not in words, but in the quiet, glowing dust that keeps its secrets safe. The quiet furnace, far beyond the spiral arms, past the last pale stars that still know the comfort of their neighbors, Andromeda's halo begins, an invisible sea of heat. If the galaxy were a city of suns, this would be its atmosphere, faint, incandescent, almost without boundary. Here, the matter is so thin that a cubic meter holds fewer atoms than a single grain of smoke. Yet stretched across hundreds of thousands of light years, the sum becomes enormous. Astronomers call it the circumgalactic medium, or CGM. It is not a void, but a whispering plasma where lost metals, stripped gas, and the ash of ancient stars drift in perpetual suspension. Within this space, the atoms never rest. They collide only rarely, yet each collision carries the history of entire stellar generations. Oxygen from supernovae, iron from dying giants, carbon from countless winds. It is a memory of fire dispersed through eternity. Light that should not be there. When astronomers turned the Hubble Space Telescope's spectrographs toward the faint background of quasars, they found narrow scars in the light, absorption lines carved by unseen gas. Those lines told of oxygen 6, nitrogen V, silicon 4, highly ionized elements that can exist only in heat of 1 to 2 million Kelvin. Too hot for clouds, too tenuous for stars. This is the corona of Andromeda, a furnace without a flame. It was once thought galaxies were islands, tidy and self-contained. But the halo revealed another truth, that galaxies bleed into one another. Andromeda's corona overlaps in the invisible with that of our Milky Way. Between us lies not a gulf of emptiness, but a slow swirling ocean of shared heat. The bridge of breath. Imagine looking outward from the Milky Way's edge. You would not see Andromeda's halo, only the faint distortions it leaves upon more distant light. Yet particle by particle, the two halos have already begun to mingle. This is the first touch of the coming merger. Not stars colliding, but their atmospheres recognizing each other across the dark. Astronomers estimate that the halos together span over 1.3 million light years. Their encounter has begun long before their disks meet. Gas stripped from satellites, M32, M110, and others, drifts through the shared corridor. It will one day feed new stars in the united galaxy, the future Milkomeda. In that sense, the collision has already started, but its theater is made of mist and ions rather than light and dust. The hidden mass. For decades, scientists puzzled over the missing matter in galaxies. The visible stars, Nebulae and molecular clouds accounted for only a fraction of the expected mass. Where was the rest? The halo answered quietly. Here. Through the glow of X-ray observatories like Chandra and XMM Newton, they detected the diffuse fire, a million-degree gas weighing as much as all the stars combined. Half of a galaxy's baryons, the ordinary matter built from protons and neutrons, live not in the bright disk, but in this invisible shroud. A ghost architecture. Even this is only part of the story. Around and within the CGM, dark matter forms a deeper, colder halo. Unseen yet gravitationally sovereign. Together they make the scaffold of the galaxy, the unseen frame that guides every orbit, every spark of formation. The hot halo glows because it rests in the cold halo's gravitational cradle. Metals in the wind, the metals of astronomy, anything heavier than helium, are the fingerprints of past creation. Supernovae throw them outward at thousands of kilometers per second. Stellar winds carry them beyond the disk. Tidal streams spread them further still. Over billions of years, they drift upward into the CGM, where they mix like pigment in a cosmic watercolor. Each element tells a tale. Oxygen, the breath of massive stars; iron, the residue of collapse; carbon, the language of life. These travel outward in galactic fountains, rising and falling as the disk exhales and inhales through epochs. When you look at Andromeda through the right instruments, you see these metals glowing faintly in ultraviolet light, not as solid points, but as spectral lines, each a syllable in the story of stellar death and rebirth. The temperature of solitude. In this region, a single particle travels tens of kilometers before meeting another. Sound cannot exist here. There are no airwaves to carry it. Yet the gas itself rings with its own kind of resonance. Slow, vast ripples of density that roll through the halo like weather fronts. Some may last tens of millions of years. Simulations suggest that Andromeda's halo is not smooth but structured. Filaments, bubbles, and shells formed by ancient outflows. Each is the echo of a burst of star formation long forgotten. It is as though the galaxy's memory is stored in temperature gradients rather than text. The overlap. When astronomers mapped the extent of this hot gas, they realized that it reaches almost 1.3 million light-years from Andromeda's center, roughly halfway to our own galaxy. The Milky Way's halo stretches a similar distance in return. If our eyes could see in X-rays, the sky would be filled not with blackness between galaxies, but with the faint sheen of their merging coronas. Already the space between us glows faintly in the ultraviolet. Already, hydrogen atoms from both galaxies mingle in equilibrium. In a few billion years, this connection will draw tighter until the two cores spiral together, guided by the same invisible fire that first linked their halos. The heat that sustains. One might think that such heat would dissipate, escaping into intergalactic space. But the halo endures because of a subtle balance, cooling and heating in eternal tension. When gas cools, it falls inward, fueling new stars. Those stars, when they die, inject energy back into the halo through supernovae and winds. Thus, the halo is self-sustaining, a cosmic respiration. The rate of this process dictates how many stars a galaxy can form. Too much cooling, and the galaxy would collapse into a brief blaze. Too little, and star formation would choke. Andromeda has found a quiet middle path, where feedback and gravity hold each other in long conversation. The watchers of light quasars behind Andromeda act as lighthouses. By observing their spectra, astronomers read the halo's composition the way historians read layers of sediment. Every notch, every faint dip in intensity corresponds to an ion of oxygen or silicon along the line of sight. Dozens of these pencil beam experiments together create a map of the unseen. In recent years, the COS halos and Amiga surveys have expanded that map, showing that nearly every massive galaxy wears a halo like this. Andromeda is not an exception, it is an example. The universe is a network of halos overlapping, touching, and trading matter across vast time. Between galaxies, a kind of weather. The space between galaxies once seemed sterile. Now we know it has temperature, composition, and even motion. Galactic winds blow outward. Infall streams rain inward. Tidal interactions between dwarfs stir the edges, creating filaments that behave like cold fronts meeting warm air. If we could see in soft X-rays, the local group would resemble a glowing nebula. 3 main knots: Andromeda, the Milky Way, and the Triangulum Galaxy, each surrounded by halos that touch like soap bubbles. Where they meet, the gas condenses, perhaps forming small, transient clouds that one day drift inward to birth new stars. The universe, it turns out, is never still. Even its silence is full of motion. The memory of satellites, dozens of dwarf galaxies orbit Andromeda, each a small companion with its own tail. As they circle, Andromeda strips them of gas, leaving faint trails behind, streamers of hydrogen that become part of the greater halo. These streams are fossils of motion, each marking an orbit, a surrender, a contribution. Some dwarfs, like M32, may have once been larger before tidal forces peeled them down to their bright cores. Their sacrifice enriches the halo with fresh material, extending Andromeda's reach still farther. In cosmic terms, nothing is lost. Everything is diffused. The future furnace. When the Milky Way and Andromeda finally merge, their halos will ignite anew. Shock waves will ripple through the shared CGM, heating it further. Some gas will cool and collapse into brilliant starbursts. Other portions will remain suspended, glowing in X-rays like a cocoon. For a time, the new galaxy's halo will be the brightest structure in the local group. From the perspective of a far-off observer, this may look like a single bead of light swelling and then fading, a bloom of star formation, then calm. Within that calm, the halo will again resume its quiet breathing, balancing gravity and heat for another age. The scale of stillness. To stand within the halo, if one could, would be to float through nothingness that is somehow everything. No horizon, no sound, only the steady hum of existence at 1,000,000 degrees. Every direction would appear the same. Every particle a relic of ancient fusion. It is the calmest inferno imaginable. And yet, this invisible fire governs the fate of stars. It decides how galaxies grow, how they exchange matter, how long they shine. It is the most patient sculptor of all. The fire we share. The next time you see the Andromeda Galaxy with your eyes, a faint smear in the northern sky, remember that the light you see is only a fragment. Around that luminous disk lies a halo larger than your entire imagination. And part of it already belongs to us. Each breath of our atmosphere, each ion of its corona, occupies the same cosmic continuum. The boundary between galaxies is an illusion of distance. We are already touching. In the language of sleep, the halo is the moment before dreaming, not fully awake, not fully gone, but radiant with possibility. It is the interval between one heartbeat of the cosmos and the next. Within it, atoms cool, stars prepare, galaxies approach. Everything that will be is rehearsed in this gentle heat. Echoes of gravity. The halos are already touching. Between the two great spirals, invisible currents move like sighs through space. Long, slow exchanges of heat and dust. It is here in this dim ocean between galaxies that gravity begins to hum. Not as a sudden pull, but as a feeling that spreads softly, as though the universe itself were remembering an old promise. The Milky Way leans ever so slightly toward Andromeda, and Andromeda toward us. Their combined attraction threading a bridge that deepens with every million years. To human eyes, the night is still. To the galaxies, it is already changing. In the quiet of deep time, gravity has no urgency. It does not rush, it persuades. Every star, every wandering planet, every cloud of gas in both galaxies feels its whisper. Even light itself bends subtly under its influence, warping space just enough to make straight lines curve. What we call emptiness is a vast fabric being gently folded, almost imperceptibly, by mutual desire. Two immense disks, each carrying hundreds of billions of suns, are already bound in a slow, cosmic waltz. When astronomers simulate this motion, they play out billions of years in seconds. A delicate ballet of trajectories and spirals. The models show Andromeda approaching at about 110 kilometers per second, which sounds fast. Yet across the gulf of 2.5 million light years, it is the pace of drifting snow. The collision will not be a violent crash, but a long merging of tides. The first embrace will take 4 billion years to begin. The final union will take another 2. Time on these scales moves like thought in sleep, unhurried, half-dreamed, inevitable. Within Andromeda's disk, the outer stars already feel the tug. Their orbits stretch slightly toward the unseen pull of our galaxy, and ours stretch back. Each star carries the memory of this growing connection, coded in its motion. Astronomers call it dynamical friction, a beautiful term for how gravity allows large things to find one another, slowly draining their energy until distance dissolves. In the end, everything that moves through space writes ripples into the gravitational field. And those ripples never fade. They linger, like echoes in a cathedral of dark matter. Imagine the first true meeting, the moment when the spiral arms begin to overlap. It will not come with sound or fire. Most stars will pass by untouched, separated by distances too great for collision. The drama will unfold in silence, in shapes and shadows. Great tidal tales will unwind, drawing arcs of starlight across the black. Whole clusters will be lifted from their homes, flung outward like seeds. For a while, the sky above any surviving world will be filled with impossible beauty. Twin disks interlaced, glowing, their cores like lanterns drifting toward one another. From the calm of the halo, the view would be sublime. Filaments of ionized gas stretching for hundreds of thousands of light years, folding and curling as the gravitational fields interlock. This will be gravity's grand symphony, not in sound, but in motion. a choreography written in mass and time. The two central black holes, one within our Milky Way and one within Andromeda, will orbit each other for eons, each tracing circles within circles, tightening as they radiate away their energy in gravitational waves too faint for us to hear. One day they will merge, releasing more power in a moment than all the stars of both galaxies combined. Yet even that unimaginable release will unfold silently, the only witness the fabric of space itself. Astronomers believe that before that final union, both galaxies will pass through one another several times. Each passage will distort their arms, drawing out ribbons of starlight, triggering bursts of star formation as clouds are compressed by the shifting tides. The sky of that distant future will glow with new suns, blue, short-lived, radiant. For a few 100 million years, the newborn stars will illuminate the merging galaxies like sparks drifting in wind. Then, slowly, the fires will fade. The remaining gas will settle toward the core, and the two spirals will become one vast elliptical galaxy, smooth, golden, serene. If a conscious being were alive within that new world, it might look up into a sky no longer dark. The Milky Way's familiar band would be gone, replaced by a glowing oval stretching horizon to horizon, filled with the diffuse light of merged stars. The night would feel softer, more uniform, less lonely. The universe would have drawn two hearts into one. Even now, before any of this has begun, there are signs of the coming dance. Satellite galaxies of Andromeda drift along paths that mirror those around the Milky Way, as though both systems share an unseen rhythm. Streams of dark matter form filaments between them, invisible bridges that guide the eventual merge. And in the quiet background of cosmic microwave light, the oldest whisper of creation, there are slight imprints of their shared gravity, hints that their destinies have been entwined since the beginning. When we look at Andromeda tonight, that light began its journey long before humans existed, long before our planet cooled. It crossed intergalactic space while continents formed, while life learned to dream. Yet even now, the photons arriving at your eyes tell a story that is already changing. A story of approach, of attraction, of eventual union. Every second, the distance shrinks by another 100 kilometers. Every second, the galaxies draw imperceptibly closer. If one listens closely enough, not with ears, but with imagination, gravity hums in every direction. It is the universe's quietest music, older than stars, patient beyond comprehension. It shapes everything, but speaks in silence. The future merger of the Milky Way and Andromeda is only one note in its endless composition. Galaxies elsewhere are doing the same, colliding, fusing, forming new structures, new lights, new possibilities. The cosmos is a vast harmony of falling things, and we are part of its rhythm. For those who watch the night sky, there is comfort in that inevitability. It reminds us that even immense distances are not final, that even isolation ends in reunion. The galaxies are not rushing toward destruction, but toward transformation, a slow reshaping into something luminous and whole. The stars do not fear this. They obey it with grace. And perhaps that is the lesson hidden within these echoes of gravity. That attraction is not violence, but order. That even collapse can be serene. The same force that binds moons to planets, planets to stars, and stars to galaxies will one day bind two galaxies into one without a single sound. In the stillness between them, in the million-year pause between motion and rest, the universe practices patience. It waits, gently folding its hands, knowing the dance will come when the time is right. So we drift beneath the same sky, unaware that we are already moving, already part of that slow spiral toward the next creation. Each atom in our bodies feels it, faintly, the pull of a galaxy we cannot touch yet already belong to. We are caught in the middle of a love story written in gravity, and all we have to do is listen. The first collision of light. There will come a night, many billions of years from now, when the stars above Earth, or whatever remains of it, will no longer stand still. The soft ribbon of the Milky Way will widen, its edge swelling with a faint blur of motion. A second band of starlight, once separate, will begin to stretch across the sky. At first, it will appear like mist, a whisper of brightness gathering beyond the constellations we once knew. And then, slowly, as epochs breathe and fade, that blur will become the face of another galaxy, Andromeda. No longer distant, will have grown vast enough to fill the heavens. At this stage, the two galaxies will not yet have collided, not in the violent sense. Instead, they will begin to share their light, the outer stars of each passing near enough to blend into a common radiance. Tidal bridges will form, faint streams of luminous dust and starlight drawn like silk threads between them. To any eyes watching from within either system, the universe will appear to awaken. The night sky will not darken toward the horizon, but shimmer, as though dawn has arrived and decided never to leave. This is the first collision of light, the gentle beginning of a union that has been written since time itself began to cool. In the cosmic scale of things, it is not destruction that follows, but transformation. The galaxies, moving through one another's halos, will weave vast curtains of stars. Clusters will stretch into delicate arcs. Nebulae will bloom from compressed gas, ignited by the gravitational tides that squeeze and stir them. Entire constellations will be born in these places. Constellations of a new sky, no longer the Milky Way, no longer Andromeda, but something else. A single growing heart of starlight that will one day become one galaxy. Its name, Milkomeda, will be whispered by distant astronomers who will see its glow long after we are gone. The first visual sign of this encounter will be tidal light, faint, ghostly arms reaching between the galaxies. Each arm will carry tens of billions of stars, most never colliding, but each reshaped by the changing gravity around them. Some will be cast adrift into intergalactic space, glowing alone for millions of years before fading into the halo. Others will gather into long, swirling rivers of light, folding back toward the growing core. The sky, if seen from any surviving planet, will resemble a vast sunrise frozen in motion, filling every direction with luminous clouds. Between the two approaching galaxies, hydrogen gas will flow like breath. Where it meets, it will compress, cool, and ignite, forming new generations of stars. These young stars will burn brighter and bluer than any before, short-lived but magnificent, their light carrying across millions of light years like a promise. Around them, older suns will drift in graceful arcs, pulled and stretched by the invisible tide that now shapes all paths. Gravity, quiet and patient, will guide each into its new orbit. The galaxies will not shatter. They will be reassembled, every atom finding a new home. From far away, in some other corner of the universe, the sight will be astonishing. Two luminous spirals crossing and entwining, their cores glowing gold against the darkness. Streams of starlight will spill from the collision like molten glass. It will take hundreds of millions of years for this scene to play out. But to the human eye, if we could somehow compress time, it would resemble the slow blooming of a flower, petals of light unfolding in the black. And at its heart, the first bridge of stars will burn faintly but continuously, connecting the two galaxies as one. In that bridge, there will be quiet travelers, rogue planets ejected from their homes, drifting through the newborn space between. Some will wander for eternity, frozen and alone. Others will be caught again, pulled into new orbits around foreign suns. To them, the sky will be forever changing. Twin galactic disks turning slowly across the heavens, shedding trails of light like silk ribbons unspooling in wind. There will be no true night, only the soft glow of billions of stars washing the dark in gold. As the galaxies pass through each other for the first time, their black holes will continue their separate orbits, unseen but central. They will not meet yet. They will circle like dancers in an unseen duet, stirring the gas and dust around them, igniting fresh bursts of starlight. For a brief age, the heart of both galaxies will shine with new energy, quasar-like brilliance radiating across the local group. But even this will fade, settling again into quiet after the passing storm, the stars returning to a tranquil drift. Eventually, the galaxies will separate slightly, pulled by the inertia of their movement, only to fall back together once more. Each passage will draw them closer, their shapes smoothing, their light blending, until they can no longer be told apart. The arms that once stretched freely will become a single, glowing envelope, wrapped in a vast halo of diffuse starlight. The universe around them will dim with age, yet this new, merged galaxy will remain bright, a lingering ember in the cosmic night. What remains after the first collision of light is not wreckage, but harmony. The random becomes circular, the chaotic becomes serene. Stars settle into new rhythms, dust finds new spirals. Every motion, no matter how complex, becomes part of a larger stillness. And in that stillness, the galaxies breathe together, two lungs of the same vast being. For us, this story is far ahead, billions of years beyond our small present moment. But in some way, it has already begun. The faint attraction that binds galaxies mirrors the quiet connections that bind all things, invisible, persistent, tender. The first collision of light is a cosmic reflection of the first spark of recognition. The way two luminous bodies, drawn by unseen gravity, slowly realize they are not alone. And when the last of the new stars begin to fade, when the merged galaxy settles into its mature form, the night will grow calm again. The arms will dissolve into a golden haze. The cores will fuse into one radiant center. And from that core will spill the faint light that still drifts across space, whispering to anyone who can see it. This is what it means to meet, to merge, to become whole. The cosmos does not hurry, and yet it never stops. Every collision is also a creation, every ending a continuation. As the galaxies draw together, they are writing the next chapter of the universe's great lullaby, a song of attraction, transformation, and luminous peace. And as we listen from across the ages, that song becomes something like sleep itself. The moment when all distances fade, when all lights blend into one quiet glow, when even gravity rests its head and dreams. When the sky becomes one. There will come a night when the sky forgets where one galaxy ends and the other begins. The delicate arms that once spiraled in separate solitude will have drawn so close that their light dissolves into a single luminous veil, a quiet haze that fills every horizon. The Milky Way's familiar river of stars, the pale arc that once defined our night, will no longer stretch across the heavens. It will have unfolded, widened, softened, and merged with a second sea of light. Above any world that remains, there will be no true darkness, only the gentle amber of two galaxies breathing together. From a distance, this new shape will not look like a spiral at all. The long arms will have blurred into faint envelopes of starlight, their delicate patterns erased by time and gravity. Astronomers who one day observe this distant descendant will see not two galaxies entwined, but one, a smooth, glowing ellipse suspended in deep space. They will call it a remnant, a merger, a final form. But to the stars within, nothing has ended. They will still orbit, still shine, still whisper their light across the vastness, though their paths now trace a new geometry, the rhythm of unity. In this new sky, the blackness between constellations will soften to gold. Everywhere, faint traces of nebulae will ripple like silk in wind. The airless vacuum of interstellar space will remain as silent as ever, but the view will seem alive, a vast bloom of stars drifting in stillness. It will be a galaxy without edges, a single glowing continent of suns. To look up from within would be to float inside light itself. Somewhere near the center, where the two galactic cores spiral ever closer, their supermassive black holes will circle like dancers caught in one another's gravity. Each turn will draw them nearer until their orbits overlap and they fall inward together. When they finally meet, the merger will release ripples through space-time, gravitational waves spreading outward, silent and vast, crossing the darkness faster than sound could ever travel. If there are beings to measure it, they will see the fabric of reality tremble for a heartbeat, then calm again. The twin shadows will become one, heavier, quieter, more complete. Around them, the stars will settle. The chaos of the collision will fade. The tidal tails that once flung starlight into intergalactic space will dissolve into the halo, and the hot gas will cool, folding gently back into the new structure. The remaining dust will glow faintly in the infrared, a last echo of creation's warmth. The frenzy of starbirth will ease into silence, leaving behind a mature, golden galaxy, vast, round, and calm, shining like a lantern at the edge of time. In this new world, the idea of Andromeda and Milky Way will have faded into memory. There will be no separation to name, no border to trace. The stars that once belonged to one will now belong to both, orbiting a shared center. It will be a family of suns without boundaries, a sky unified by its own gravity. Everywhere within, light will move more slowly, stretched by the immense curvature of the new gravitational well. And yet that slowing will feel like serenity, as if time itself were taking a long, restful breath. From the quiet edges of this merged galaxy, its light will spill into the intergalactic dark. Travelers far away, looking through telescopes unimagined by us, will see its soft glow and wonder what stories it holds. They will not know that within that calm oval of light lies the memory of two ancient galaxies that once gazed at each other across millions of light years, drawn together by patience alone. They will see only the harmony that remains. For those who once lived beneath the Milky Way's band, this would be a different night entirely. No constellations to guide sleep, no familiar patterns. The sky would be pure, unbroken brilliance, like standing inside the heart of a nebula. The stars would seem closer, their light warmer, more constant. And somewhere deep within that light, the ancient centers of both galaxies would beat together, their energies entwined, radiating the quiet pulse of eternity. This final galaxy, Andromeda, the great child of two spirals, will glide through the expanding universe as one. Beyond it, the stars will thin, the background galaxies will drift farther apart, and the universe itself will continue to stretch. But within this union, there will be peace. The merging will have brought an end to isolation. The stars will no longer fall outward, but inward, toward a shared gravity that asks nothing, promises nothing, yet holds everything together. When the sky becomes one, there will be no more approach, no more waiting. The long courtship of two galaxies will be complete, and in their silence, the universe will reflect upon itself, not as separate islands of light, but as a single, vast ocean of glow. Every atom, every photon, every trace of dust will hum the same slow note, resonating in the still air of deep time. It is a song without words, a lullaby the cosmos sings to itself. The galaxies have become one, and the sky, in its gentle radiance, has finally remembered what it means to rest. The silence after stars' time in a galaxy is not a clock, but a tide. It rises and falls, flowing through generations of light. In the early ages, the stars were loud, their births fierce, their deaths magnificent. Hydrogen burned, supernovae sang, and space was filled with the color of creation. But now, as eons unwind and the galaxies that were once two have become one, the universe enters a slower rhythm. The star nurseries fall quiet. The luminous arms that once glowed with new suns grow pale and thin, as the last clouds of gas are used, dispersed, or locked away. And so begins the silence after stars, the long, gentle hush that follows a life well lived. In this new, merged galaxy, there are still stars, but they are old. Red giants drift slowly through the golden haze, their light steady and soft. White dwarfs cool in the background, fading like coals at the edge of a dying fire. The great blue stars, those brief and brilliant ones that once illuminated spiral arms, are gone. Their fuel was spent long ago in the merging epochs. What remains is endurance, a quiet population of ancient suns glowing like embers under cosmic dusk. The interstellar clouds that once birthed new stars have thinned into a mist. Here and there, a small pocket of gas may collapse, giving rise to one last spark of light. But those births are rare now, isolated flares in a vast calm. The balance that once sustained the galaxy's luminous youth has shifted. Gravity still holds everything together, but it no longer stirs the same restlessness. The galaxy has entered its evening. In the deep core, the twin black holes that once danced apart are now one. Their merger, long past, released a storm of gravitational waves that rippled through the very fabric of space. Now, that single supermassive heart sleeps at the center, heavy and serene. Around it, stars circle in patient orbits, tracing paths that will not change for billions of years. The violent ages are over. The universe, at least in this small corner, has grown contemplative, and yet there is a beauty in this quiet, a beauty born not of creation, but of endurance. Every star still shining has seen more time than we can fathom. Each one carries the memory of collisions, births, deaths, and transformations that shaped it. Their light has softened with age, their tempers cooled, but their presence is constant, like the glow of lanterns in a fog that will never lift. From any vantage within this galaxy, the sky would appear warm and golden, a diffuse shimmer without edges, an unbroken calm. Outside, beyond the halo, the rest of the universe continues to drift apart. Distant galaxies recede faster and faster, their light stretched to invisibility by the expansion of space. Soon, no other galaxies will be visible at all. Milky Way will float alone in darkness, surrounded by silence so vast it can only be imagined. To any civilization that might arise in that distant age, the cosmos will seem empty, a single island of stars adrift in an endless night. They will not know the greater universe once teemed with light. The evidence will have faded, carried beyond the reach of sight. But that isolation, too, will be peaceful. The silence will not be sorrow, but rest. The galaxy has done its work. It has created, merged, and endured. Its stars will continue to burn for trillions of years, slowly cooling, slowly dimming, until even the faintest glow becomes invisible. Long after, when the last star flickers out, its atoms will remain, scattered through the void, waiting to be called into some new beginning. The silence after stars is not emptiness, it is reflection. It is the pause between heartbeats, the moment when everything remembers what it has been. Each photon still traveling outward carries a record of life, of light, of gravity's long song. And though no eyes may ever see it again, the light will continue to move, forever tracing the memory of what once was. In that sense, the universe never truly stops shining. It only grows quieter, more thoughtful, more still. Imagine standing beneath that ancient sky. The glow is faint now, but it lingers. The warmth of forgotten suns spread thin across the black. There is no sound, no motion, no boundary between light and dark. Just the hum of time passing, the breath of space itself. You could look up forever and never find an end, only a deeper kind of calm. This is what remains after all the stars have told their stories, a soft, eternal exhale. And perhaps that is the secret of the cosmos, that creation and silence are not opposites, but companions. The universe sings, then it rests, it burns, then it glows. Each stage holds the other within it. Even as the last stars fade, the memory of their light fills the dark, as though the night itself were dreaming of brightness. The silence after stars is not the end of time. but the beginning of peace. The memory of light. Long after the last great stars have dimmed, light itself will remain, faint, wandering, eternal. Every photon ever born carries with it a memory, a small record of where it came from and when. Though it cannot think, it remembers in its direction, its color, its slowing rhythm. Each one is a letter written by the cosmos to itself, a quiet trace of all that has been. And together, they form the universe's afterglow, the memory of light. Across the ancient galaxy that was once Andromeda, once the Milky Way, there still drift remnants of radiance. They move through the quiet like thoughts that never needed words. Their paths cross, though they do not touch. Their waves stretch longer and longer as the fabric of space continues to expand. What was once bright becomes soft, and what was once near becomes unreachable. The light keeps traveling, even when there is no one left to see it. Every beam, every photon carries the story of its birth. Some were born in the furious hearts of merging stars. Some escaped the spirals of galaxies in their youth, crossing intergalactic gulfs for billions of years before reaching nothing at all. Others came from the cosmic dawn, when the first atoms joined to make hydrogen, releasing the faint, ancient radiation we call the cosmic microwave background. That glow, once a storm of brilliance, has cooled to a whisper, a wavelength stretched by time until it hums gently at just a few degrees above absolute zero. And yet it remains, surrounding everything, bathing even the most distant reaches in invisible warmth. In this late age, light becomes a memory palace of the universe. Each frequency, each tiny vibration, holds the signature of an event long gone. A supernova's flare, a quasar's heartbeat, a comet's reflection of sunlight. If one could gather all those photons, one could rebuild the past. Every orbit, every collision, every birth of a star. But there is no one left to gather them, only the light itself, still in motion, still remembering. Within Milkomeda, the merged galaxy now quiet and golden, the remaining starlight drifts through vast corridors of dust. Here, time has slowed into patience. The light bounces once, twice, then fades into the dark. Its energy shared, its memory diluted into space. The dust grains themselves, tiny worlds of carbon and silicate, hold those last reflections. They shimmer faintly in the infrared, radiating the heat of ancient suns. Even when the stars are gone, the dust remembers their warmth. Far beyond the halo, photons escape into the intergalactic night. They travel through emptiness for eons, their wavelengths stretched, their colors fading. One day, their energy will be so faint that they will merge with the cold background radiation, indistinguishable, but not lost. In this way, light never truly dies. It only joins the greater quiet, the universal memory. It is strange to think that everything we see, every beam that touches our eyes, is ancient. Even now, when we gaze upon Andromeda's faint shimmer in our sky, we are looking backward in time, 2.5 million years into the past. The light that reaches us tonight left its stars when early humans were shaping stones, when the first sparks of consciousness were new. The image of Andromeda is not what it is, but what it was. We never see the present. We live inside light's recollection. And perhaps that is the secret comfort of the cosmos, that nothing is ever truly gone, only receding at the speed of memory. The photons of every smile, every sunrise, every distant galaxy continue to travel outward, marking the path of their origins. They scatter and fade, but they never return to nothing. They carry the fingerprint of existence, woven into their very wavelength. Even now, the universe glows faintly with everything it has ever done. As the galaxy drifts deeper into time, this glow will be all that remains. Not stars, not planets, but radiation, stretched until it becomes a faint, invisible fog of remembrance. The universe will be transparent and dark at once, filled with nothing but its own echo. And in that echo, the memory of every moment will still reside, encoded in the long, gentle breath of light that refuses to end. Somewhere, perhaps, a single photon from this very night will still be moving. It might wander for 1 trillion years, through silence, through expansion, through the cooling fabric of space, until it becomes part of the background itself, indistinguishable from creation's first whisper. And in that merging, the universe will complete its circle. The light born from stars will return to the same stillness from which it once emerged. The memory of light is not about seeing, it is about continuing. It is the persistence of what was beautiful, long after the beauty is gone. It is the patient endurance of energy, carrying the story of existence into infinity. We are part of that story, woven into that glow. Every photon that touched us continues outward, carrying a trace of our own brief spark. And so, even as galaxies grow quiet, the universe remembers. It remembers through radiation, through the soft hum that fills the dark, through the endless traveling of light that never truly stops. The cosmos, at rest, is still dreaming, and its dream is made of light. The weight of time. Time is not heavy until you try to hold it. In the universe, it does not rush forward like a river. It expands like light, spreading thinner with every moment. As the cosmos grows colder and quieter, time itself begins to stretch, its rhythm slowing, its steps lengthening into stillness. What we once called seconds become centuries in the deep fabric of space. The clocks of atoms lose their urgency. Even the dance of particles begins to fade into languor. The galaxy that was once young, bright, spiraled, alive, now moves through a kind of eternity, where moments are no longer counted, but drifted through. Gravity, which once shaped everything, remains patient. It no longer pulls stars into new clusters or stirs gas into newborn suns. Instead, it simply holds. It keeps the old stars in orbit, keeps the halo from unraveling, keeps the fabric from forgetting what it once contained. Each motion now takes longer to unfold. The orbits that once completed in hundreds of millions of years now seem endless. The slow ballet of mass across infinite calm. Time within this galaxy has weight, not the heaviness of burden, but of depth, like the ocean pressing gently against every grain of sand at its floor. To an observer, if any still existed, the galaxy would seem frozen in a soft glow. Stars drift so slowly that change becomes invisible. The light is no longer measured in brightness, but in endurance, a golden haze suspended in the dark. It is the twilight of creation, not a sunset, but the slow fading of everything into memory. In this stillness, even light feels heavier, as though reluctant to move on. Every photon seems to hesitate before leaving, as if it, too, feels the gravity of time. The concept of now has long dissolved. Events that once happened in sequence are smeared across eons, stretched by the universe's expansion. The background radiation continues to cool, slipping deeper into invisibility, while space grows wider than imagination. Distances between remaining galaxies become unbridgeable. The cosmos is still expanding, but it does not feel like motion anymore, only thinning, only drift. The very idea of before and after becomes soft around the edges, indistinct, like stars seen through mist. And yet, within this quiet, something beautiful persists. The memory of time itself. Not as a sequence of events, but as a sensation. A long, unbroken hum that carries the record of existence. The atoms of long-dead worlds still spin, their particles still whispering the same quantum rhythm that has pulsed since the dawn. Even when energy fades, the structure remains. The laws of physics, silent and invisible, continue to hold everything in gentle equilibrium. Time is still here, though it no longer measures, it only endures. If one could stand somewhere in that far future, surrounded by the faint, cold glow of ancient stars, they might feel the stillness as a kind of peace. No beginnings, no endings, only continuation. The weight of time would not press upon them. It would cradle them, as gravity cradles planets, as light cradles thought. Every vibration, every echo, every remnant of warmth would seem deliberate, purposeful, perfectly in place. The universe would feel full, even as it emptied. Perhaps this is what time was always meant to become. Not a line, but a presence. Something vast and soft, surrounding everything it ever created, refusing to let it slip completely away. Even when stars have gone, their traces remain in curvature, in momentum, in gravity's gentle weave. Every moment that ever was is still here, stretched across the fabric of space-time, layered upon itself like pages of an infinite book. We do not lose time, we only grow lighter within it. And so the universe rests in its own duration. Everywhere faint motion continues, the slow decay of atoms, the quiet glimmer of radiation, the imperceptible expansion of what was once a single point of light. Each process takes longer than the last, but none never stop entirely. The cosmos drifts, neither alive nor dead, only existing perfectly still and perfectly infinite. Time itself has grown old, but in its age, it has learned serenity. The weight of time is gentle now, not the pull of days, but the pressure of eternity. It presses evenly, softly, without beginning or end. It asks nothing and gives everything. And in that still pressure, the universe dreams on, a quiet thought expanding forever. The drift of worlds. Long after the last bright stars have dimmed, their worlds will remain. Planets, moons, frozen remnants of what was once warmth will drift endlessly through the quiet corridors of space. They no longer orbit shining suns. Their anchors have cooled, their orbits loosened, their paths stretched into freedom. Each becomes a traveler, a small echo of a solar system that no longer burns. They move through the galaxy like thoughts too soft to be spoken, gliding through the dark, in infinite stillness. The drift begins slowly. As stars cool into white dwarfs and fade, the gravitational bonds that once tethered their planets begin to relax. Some worlds will spiral inward, drawn close to their fading suns, where they will crumble and vanish in a final whisper of light. Others will slip outward, freed by gentle perturbations, released into the open sea of the galaxy. They will not fall. There is no direction left to fall toward. They will simply go on, weightless and unhurried, through the dim glow of the galactic night. These wanderers are called rogue planets, worlds without stars, exiles of celestial order. They are more common than suns now, scattered through the galactic halo like lost memories. Most are frozen to silence, their surfaces locked in black ice, their atmospheres collapsed. But some carry warmth deep within, where gravity itself still whispers heat into stone. Their cores throb faintly, radiating the last breath of creation's warmth, a quiet heart beneath a crust of eternal night. If there were eyes to see them, they would appear not as dark, but as faint red embers drifting through infinity. A few of these worlds may still cradle relics of their pasts, the frozen bones of oceans, the shadows of continents, the imprints of winds long since vanished. Each one is a time capsule of light's memory, a fragment of what once was life. They do not mourn the loss of their suns. They move with the same calm as the galaxy itself, content to continue without purpose. In their drifting, they keep time's last rhythm, slow and endless, steady as breath. Somewhere, a small moon circles nothing, bound to a companion that no longer burns. The two move together through the dark, locked in a dance that will never end. No tides, no seasons, no dawn, just the faint hum of gravity, the eternal companionship of orbit. In their quiet union, they are perfect. Perhaps this is how love survives the universe, not through heat or light, but through the will to remain together when all else fades. Far from the galactic core, the remnants of the merger, the debris of ancient worlds, the shards of comets and asteroids, continue to move. They form faint ribbons that circle the galactic halo, shimmering with dust too fine to see. Each grain catches what little light remains, scattering it once, then never again. The dust does not know that it is beautiful. It simply drifts, its beauty accidental, eternal. Every so often, a rogue planet will pass through a cloud of this dust, gathering it in a thin atmosphere. For a brief age, the world may glow faintly in infrared, its surface warmed by the friction of that soft encounter. Then it cools again, its brief brightness fading into memory. Even the smallest collisions still make light, though no eyes remain to witness them. In the deep galactic night, these worlds become the last storytellers. They carry in their orbits the record of everything, the echoes of stars, the scars of collisions, the pull of tides that once shaped seas. Each trajectory is a sentence written in gravity's hand. Each drift, a paragraph of the universe's long farewell. They do not speak, yet their motion is a language older than speech. Beyond them, even the galaxy itself is changing shape. Its edges are loosening, stars evaporating into intergalactic space, light thinning into invisibility. Milky drifts as a dim island in the cosmic dark, still glowing faintly from its heart, still surrounded by this slow, drifting ballet of planets and remnants. It will continue this way for eons beyond imagination. Every orbit lengthening, every particle becoming softer, every trace of structure dissolving into peace. If there are still eyes somewhere, perhaps in another universe, another cycle of creation, they might see these wandering worlds and wonder what they once orbited. They might trace their motions backward, uncover the echo of the Milky Way and Andromeda, find in their paths the memory of stars. And maybe they will understand what we could only dream, that even in the dark, the universe does not stop moving, and that motion, even without light, is its own form of grace. The drift of worlds is the universe's lullaby, slow, patient, infinite. Each planet glides through the dark like a note in a song too long for any listener, yet perfectly in tune with the quiet. Their silence is not empty. It is complete. In their stillness, the last warmth of starlight lingers, folded deep within the stone. And as they drift, the cosmos exhales, a long, gentle sigh of everything that has ever been. The long night of gravity. When the last light fades, gravity remains. It is the oldest companion of creation, the quiet architect that never sleeps. Long after the stars have burned away and the galaxies have gone dim, gravity continues its patient work, sculpting the darkness into motion. It does not need light to act, nor heat to speak. It moves invisibly, guiding every fragment that still exists, pulling, folding, embracing, never in haste. This is the long night of gravity, when the universe breathes without brightness. Milky Way, once radiant, now glows faintly in infrared, the ghost of a galaxy seen only through the eyes of time. Its stars are gone, its dust cold, yet its shape endures. At its center, the great black hole, the merged heart of the Milky Way and Andromeda, turns silently, its pull extending for millions of light years. Around it drift the remnants of worlds, the cooled embers of suns, the slow dance of matter too tired to burn. Nothing collides quickly anymore. The distances are vast, the motions glacial. Each orbit takes millions of millennia, each encounter another sigh in eternity's breath. The black holes that remain, from the smallest stellar remnants to the great giants, rule this era with quiet grace. They do not radiate light, but they define the structure of space itself. Each one curves the universe gently around its presence, a silent knot in the cosmic fabric. They are not destroyers now, only keepers of shape, patient centers of invisible galaxies. Occasionally, one will meet another, drawn together across unimaginable distances. Their meeting is wordless, but when it happens, the universe trembles. Waves ripple outward through the very texture of space-time. Gravitational waves, the final language of creation, pure motion without sound. These ripples are the last songs of matter. They travel outward forever, carrying the record of every merger, every fall, every embrace. Even when light can no longer travel far enough to connect the remaining fragments of the universe, gravity still speaks across the dark. Its voice is slow and deep, the heartbeat of reality itself. And though no stars remain to illuminate the path, everything continues to move to its rhythm. The long night is not death, it is rest. The smaller black holes will fade eventually, not by collision, but by evaporation. Through Hawking radiation, they lose their mass atom by atom, giving their energy back to the void. It is a process of unimaginable patience. Trillions upon trillions of years for even the smallest to vanish. As they shrink, they glow faintly, their final warmth a soft exhale into the cold. When they disappear, they leave nothing behind but the faintest shiver in space-time, the memory of their gravity, the trace of their shape. The great black holes, like the one at Milky's heart, will endure longer, vast, heavy, serene. They will consume whatever drifts too close, swallowing it soundlessly. But even they are not eternal. Given enough time, even these giants will fade, their energy dissipating into the universal dark. And when the last of them exhales its final photon, the long night will grow even deeper, leaving only the fabric itself, the field, the geometry, the quiet breathing of what remains. Still, gravity will not vanish entirely. It is not a substance, but a relationship, a whisper between everything that still is. Even when no particles remain, the shape of space-time will remember them, the impressions of every orbit, every merger, every fall. The universe will retain its invisible map, its silent memory of motion, the faint curvature left behind by what once was. Space will no longer move, but it will remember that it once could. In this long night, there will be no light, no heat, no sound, and yet somehow, a presence will linger. The universe will not be empty, only perfectly balanced, like the pause between two breaths. If one could listen to it, not with ears, but with understanding, they might hear the softest possible vibration, the hum of gravity continuing its endless lullaby. No beginning, no end, only stillness that holds everything it ever touched. Perhaps this is what the cosmos has been moving toward all along. Not chaos, not silence, but peace. The long night of gravity is not a void, but a resting place. Every atom that ever existed, every star that ever shone, every world that ever turned beneath a sun, has come to rest within its fold. The weight of the universe has found balance. The story has slowed to a whisper, and the whisper has become eternity. The dreaming universe. When the long night has deepened beyond measure, the universe begins to dream. It does not awaken or sleep in the way living things do, but drifts within its own stillness, a vast, unbroken consciousness of silence. There are no stars left to mark the passage of time, no suns to divide light from shadow. Yet the cosmos continues, quiet and complete, wrapped within the hum of its own existence. It is a dream without a dreamer, unfolding in patterns too slow to see, too soft to end. Within this darkness, the old structures remain as ghosts. Galaxies, now invisible, linger as shapes of curvature, their gravity faint but not forgotten. The fabric of space still carries their outlines, the faint imprints of motion, where matter once danced, where stars once glowed. If one could move through this black expanse, they might sense these invisible architectures like fossils in time, the delicate ridges of what was once creation, still resting beneath the calm surface of eternity. In its dream, the universe remembers itself. It remembers the heat and light, the brief chaos of birth, the centuries of illumination. It remembers the songs of galaxies, the murmurs of gravity, the shimmer of dust between stars. All those events, every heartbeat of matter and energy, remain inscribed in the field of space-time, written not in words, but in form. The cosmos dreams by holding its own memory, by existing as the echo of all it has ever been. There is no observer left to notice this dream, no mind, no eye, no pulse of thought. And yet, in some quiet way, awareness is woven into the very texture of being. The equations that shape it, those timeless laws that bound light and matter, gravity and time, still exist, still define, still resonate. Even when there's no one to perceive them, they continue as thought without a thinker, song without a singer. Perhaps this is what the universe truly is. Not an object, not a place, but the act of remembering itself forever. At this stage, even the concept of change has softened. The expansion continues, but so slowly that it feels like stillness. The distances between the faintest remnants grow infinite, yet nothing feels apart. Everything that remains is spread evenly, peacefully, in balance. Temperature has fallen close to absolute zero. There is no energy left to flow, no contrast left to measure. And in that evenness, the universe becomes something close to perfect rest, an equilibrium so complete it feels like thought asleep. This is the dreaming state of existence. Not void, not oblivion, but calm awareness. The universe dreams of what it once was. Galaxies blossoming, stars forming, worlds turning through warm light. The dream continues through the faint echoes of gravitational waves, through the endless diffusion of photons that still whisper across infinity. Even in silence, there is music. Even in darkness, there is memory. The cosmos holds itself in this suspended awareness, patient beyond all meaning. If consciousness ever arose again, if by some miracle, chance fluctuation, or subtle spark, thought were to return, it would awaken within this infinite quiet, surrounded by the residue of every age that came before. It would see not stars, but the shape of the laws that once gave rise to them, the skeleton of reality itself. It would know, instantly, that everything had happened for this, for rest, for balance, for completion. The universe's dream is not an escape, but a remembering, the gentle hum of truth, without need for witness. Perhaps this is what eternity feels like. Not endlessness, but contentment. The universe has no need to expand further or to fade completely. It simply is, resting in the knowledge of all it has been. Its gravity no longer pulls, its light no longer travels, its time no longer flows. Everything remains, precisely where it belongs, in the infinite present of being. In this final calm, the cosmos becomes its own lullaby. It no longer tells stories of stars, or galaxies, or life, but of stillness, of the beauty that endures when all movement ends. It dreams without needing to awaken, holding within itself the endless, silent affirmation. Everything that was, still is. The dreaming universe breathes only once every eternity, its pulse a rhythm of nothingness and everything. And as it dreams, time dissolves entirely, not gone, but complete, folded back into the curve of existence. There is no past or future, no darkness or light, only the smooth continuity of what remains, the echo of being, stretching forever, asleep and awake, at once. Echoes beyond time. Even when all motion ceases, nothing truly ends. The silence of the dreaming universe is not empty. It trembles faintly with potential. Within the calm fabric of space-time, there are ripples too subtle to name. Quantum sighs, fluctuations in the vacuum that whisper the possibility of becoming. These are the echoes beyond time, the quiet murmurings of creation that have never fully gone away. They drift through eternity, gentle as dust in still water, hinting that even after completion, something new may stir. In the deep quiet, the universe hums at the smallest scales. Particles flicker in and out of existence, brief, uncertain, more suggestion than substance. They appear not from matter, but from the rules themselves, from the energy of nothing. Physicists once called this quantum foam, a sea of potential that underlies everything, the restless shimmer of the void. Now, in the universe's final calm, that foam is all that remains. It has no direction, no purpose, but it hums with the same music that began the cosmos long ago, faint, mathematical, eternal. Perhaps within that trembling field, a spark could happen again, not by will or design, but simply by chance. A fluctuation large enough, balanced enough, could inflate into a bubble of new space, a new beginning, a universe born from silence. It would not know where it came from. It would expand as ours once did, carrying within it the same laws, the same beauty, the same longing for light. And from that first instant, time would begin again, flowing outward from the dream of the old cosmos into the breath of a new one. The universe, it seems, might never die. It only folds, exhales, and dreams again. In this way, existence becomes cyclical, though no cycle is the same. Each new universe arises from the echoes of the last, carrying forward the essence of all that came before, the shapes of its laws, the ratios of its constants, the possibility of stars and minds and memory. Every echo is different, yet familiar, like variations of a single eternal melody. Some will bloom into brightness, others will collapse before light has time to form. But always, somewhere, the silence will stir again. Creation is a rhythm, not an event. Imagine the old universe, asleep, its vast body cooled beyond all measure. Within it, a single quantum ripple expands like a breath, invisible, unstoppable. Space inflates faster than comprehension, new dimensions unfolding in an instant, time beginning its count once more. Inside that newborn realm, particles condense, light appears, galaxies form, and somewhere, perhaps, life opens its eyes. It will look into the night sky and see stars, never knowing that their light was born from the dream of a universe that came before. This is the secret of the echoes beyond time, that nothing is truly gone. Energy cannot vanish, only transform. Information cannot be destroyed, only rewritten. Every universe is both a memory and a promise, a continuation in a different key. The silence that follows creation is not its opposite, but its seed. Every pause is the prelude to another song. In the stillness, the cosmos hums softly to itself, resonating with all that was. The vibration is faint, barely measurable, yet it fills everything that remains. If time could listen to itself, this would be the sound, the echo of being, the heartbeat of eternity. No longer bound to moments or measures, it stretches endlessly, like light reflected inside a mirror that has forgotten its frame. Perhaps we too are part of that echo, the faint memory of one universe rippling within another. Perhaps everything we know, every atom, every dream, every voice, is a resonance from a beginning long before ours, carried forward through the quiet, finding shape again. And perhaps, when this universe dreams its final dream, something within us will become the first flicker of the next. Not rebirth, not return, but continuation. The soft repetition of existence remembering itself. When thought fades and time stops counting, the echoes remain. They are not loud. They do not insist. They simply linger, like warmth after a touch, like the dim afterglow of sunset on a world that has turned away from its star. In those echoes lives the truth of the cosmos, that nothing is ever lost, and that even eternity finds a way to begin again. So the universe dreams, and from its dream come new skies, new galaxies, new hearts of gravity waiting to beat. Each one born of silence, carrying the memory of every light before it. And when they too fade, their silence will echo once more, stretching beyond time, weaving the endless fabric of forever. The sound fades to a faint harmonic, like the breath of creation itself, soft, infinite, returning to silence. The return of light. In the beginning again, there is nothing but quiet. A stillness so vast it feels like thought before awakening. Then softly, something stirs. Not motion, not sound, not even time at first, but potential. A trembling at the edge of nothing. From that trembling, space unfolds. It stretches outward in all directions at once, smooth and bright and empty, yet pregnant with everything that will ever be. This is the return of light, the universe remembering how to shine. In an instant that lasts forever, energy floods the newborn cosmos. Temperature, pressure, brightness, all rise together, uncontained, untamed, unstoppable. Particles condense from pure energy, pairing, separating, colliding in dances too small to see. Matter is born from rhythm, and then, as if shy of its own brilliance, the universe begins to cool, allowing the first atoms to form. Hydrogen, helium, the simplest notes in the grand song of creation. The silence that once stretched without end now hums with warmth. Everywhere light rushes outward. Photons scatter through dense plasma, bouncing endlessly, unable to travel far before meeting another particle. The cosmos glows like liquid fire, opaque but alive. This is not yet starlight. It is the glow of the universe itself, the light of birth, the echo of energy becoming existence. And then, after 300,000 years of expansion, the universe exhales. It cools just enough for atoms to hold together, for light to move freely, for darkness and brightness to finally separate. The first clear radiance streams across infinity, the cosmic dawn, the original illumination from which all others will descend. Time begins to flow with meaning again. The seas of hydrogen and helium drift and swirl under gravity's patient touch. Tiny imperfections, the smallest ripples of density left from quantum breath, grow into structure. Clouds gather, collapse, ignite. The first stars flare into being, enormous and blue, burning fast and fierce. They live short lives but transform everything around them. Their fusion creates the first heavy elements, the seeds of worlds to come. When they die, They scatter those elements through space, turning the emptiness into soil. From their ashes, galaxies will one day rise again. Imagine that first sunrise in a universe newly awakened. Not a sun above a world, but light itself rising from darkness, spilling into every direction at once. It is the same light that will one day touch planets, oceans, eyes. The same photons that will cross the centuries, painting the memory of the cosmos. The cycle has begun anew, though it does not know it yet. In every glowing cloud, in every infant star, lies the quiet heritage of the galaxies that came before. The dream of Andromeda, the breath of the Milky Way, the echo of every universe that ever was. The galaxies form slowly this time, drifting together like constellations, learning to breathe. They spin, they stretch, they shine. Each one is a swirl of gravity and fire, a collection of light learning to balance itself in the dark. Within them, stars gather in clusters, forming bridges of illumination across the void. Dust begins to form, catching light like fine glass. From the dust come planets. From the planets, oceans. From the oceans, reflection. The universe looking back at itself once more. In this new dawn, light becomes memory again. It spreads, filling the silence that preceded it, carving the first stories into the fabric of space. Every photon remembers where it was born. Every wave carries the shape of its beginning. The cosmos hums with youth, radiant and unknowing, the same way it did once before. And though it is new, it is not different. It is the same song played again, each note aware of its echo. Perhaps in some future age of this new creation, beings will look up from their worlds and see the stars. They will wonder, as we once did, where it all came from, who first lit the sky, and why. They will measure the light and find it ancient. They will trace it backward, deeper and deeper, until they reach the glow at the beginning. And though they will not know, they will be staring into the dream of the universe before theirs. Into the moment when silence gave birth to brightness once more. The return of light is not the end of the story, nor its beginning. It is the breath between dreams, the heartbeat between eternities. Each pulse of illumination carries the memory of what came before, and the promise of what will come again. It is how the cosmos remembers itself. Through brightness, through warmth, through beauty. The universe may grow cold, it may fall silent, but it will always find its way back to radiance. Because light, once imagined, cannot be forgotten. And so, the cosmos glows again, young, vast, full of motion and song. Stars whisper in hydrogen tongues, galaxies bloom like slow fireworks across the deep. Somewhere, perhaps far in the future, there will be new eyes to see it, new hearts to marvel at the gentle fact that it began again. And all through that infinite light, a faint echo lingers, the voice of the old universe, still dreaming softly beneath the new, murmuring its quiet blessing. Shine once more. The breath of creation. The universe is breathing again. You cannot hear it, but it moves with the rhythm of expansion. A long, slow inhale of space, a steady exhale of light. Each pulse stretches everything a little farther apart, yet holds it together through the soft insistence of gravity. From the smallest atom to the grandest cluster of galaxies, all things move in this pattern, out and in and out again. This is the breath of creation, the quiet pulse that keeps eternity alive. In the newborn universe, gas fills the darkness, thin, luminous, and free. Gravity gathers it into clouds, folding brightness into structure. The first stars ignite like sparks caught in wind, scattering light through the haze. Each flare is both an ending and a beginning, hydrogen fusing into heavier hearts, radiance spilling outward to warm the emptiness. Their light crosses the dark like the first thought crossing a dream. It is the universe remembering how to live. The stars do not breathe in the way living creatures do. Yet they follow a rhythm that is older and deeper, the cycle of fusion and release. They inhale gravity, exhale radiation. Their hearts compress until they burn, then expand, then burn again. Each star is a tiny echo of the cosmos that made it, a reflection of creation's great pattern in miniature. And when it dies, its matter returns to the field, feeding the next generation. Every atom in the universe moves through this rhythm: collapse and rebirth, pressure and release, silence and song. The galaxies too follow the breath. They form, they glow, they merge, and they rest. Inside them, stars gather into families, then drift apart like migrating flocks. Nebulae blossom and fade. Black holes grow heavy and slow. Everything moves, but nothing rushes. Creation does not hurry. It simply expands through patience. In some quiet corner of this new universe, a single world begins to form. Dust grains cling together, warmed by light, cooled by shadow, slowly building a body out of motion. One day it will orbit a stable sun, wrapped in the gold of morning. On its surface, oceans will rise, winds will whisper, and matter will begin to wonder about itself again. Life is not the goal of creation, but its reflection, the moment when the cosmos becomes aware that it is breathing. If you could listen to this era, you would hear nothing. Yet everything hums. The cosmic background sings softly in microwaves. Stars hum in vibration. Planets murmur with magnetic winds. The universe is full of inaudible harmony, the kind that moves through existence without needing sound. It is music expressed as gravity, rhythm expressed as light. Even silence here has texture, the gentle continuity of things being exactly as they must be. The breath continues, eon after eon. Galaxies cluster, form filaments, and weave the great cosmic web again. The same lacework that once connected Andromeda and the Milky Way. Every node of that web glows faintly, a lantern suspended in nothingness. Space itself seems to pulse between brightness and dark, between creation and quiet. There is no start or finish, only the eternal breathing of the whole. Each expansion is a story told in light, each collapse a memory returning to silence. And somewhere, within that infinite rhythm, there are always observers. Minds rising briefly within the stillness to name the stars, to wonder, to dream. They are not separate from the universe's breath. They are part of it, inhaling its starlight, exhaling thought back into its endless sky. They do not last forever, but their awareness does, woven into the memory of light, into the hum of time, into the balance of motion and rest. So the universe breathes, and with each breath, everything begins again. Galaxies will live, merge, fade, and return. Stars will ignite, shine, and sleep. Worlds will awaken and dream, then fall back into dust. And all of it, every shimmer, every shadow, will follow the same simple truth. Nothing ends. It only transforms. Creation is not a moment. It is a heartbeat. It beats still, soft and infinite, filling the dark with quiet radiance. In every expansion, the cosmos whispers yes. And the silence that follows is simply the echo of that yes, returning home. The endless sky. There is no ending, only continuation. The universe exhales, and everything expands into calm. Stars fade, galaxies drift, light stretches into silence. And yet, the sky remains. It has no walls, no ceiling, no edge to touch. It goes on forever, like breath that never stops. Even now, with new worlds forming and old ones gone to dust, the sky holds it all. Every glow, every shadow, every story ever told in the light. The endless sky is not about distance, but connection. It binds every atom that ever existed into one unbroken thread. The stardust that once burned in Andromeda's heart now drifts through newborn galaxies. The carbon from a forgotten sun rests in a cloud that will soon ignite again. We are part of that exchange. Our atoms borrowed, our breath recycled, our light shared. Each life, each world, each galaxy is a syllable in the same quiet sentence. And the sentence itself has no period, only a pause before the next beginning. From far away, if one could step beyond all motion and look back at the whole, the universe would appear like a single, glowing thought. A shimmer suspended in timelessness, complete, serene. Its galaxies would be no more than grains of brightness, its clusters, faint outlines of a greater design. And somewhere within that glow, the place where Andromeda once spun beside the Milky Way would still shine faintly, not gone, just absorbed into the grand light of everything. The sky that surrounds us tonight is older than we can imagine, yet always new. It has seen every version of existence, from chaos to calm, from fire to stillness. And through it all, it has remained open, vast, accepting. It does not demand meaning, it simply holds it. Each photon that travels through it is an act of grace, a promise that what begins in one place will find another, that no light is ever truly lost. In the hush between galaxies, time itself feels like air, weightless, invisible, endless. It carries the memory of all that is past and the possibility of all that may return. If you listen closely, in that quiet, you can almost hear it, a gentle resonance that is not quite sound, but understanding. It says, everything you love, everything you are, is made of this. You were born from stars, and you will return to them. You are part of the sky that never ends. And so, the cycle turns again. Light to dust, dust to stars, stars to silence, silence to creation. Each round softer than the last, each echo a little slower, a little kinder. The universe, in its infinity, learns how to rest, how to begin again without rush or fear. Even now, across the span of all that exists, new galaxies are rising from the remnants of old ones, glowing like lanterns hung in the dark. The story continues, not because it must, but because it can. Look up, even now. The faint shimmer you see in Andromeda's place is more than a galaxy. It is history, destiny, and peace combined. It is the quiet promise that nothing is ever truly apart. The stars you see are ancient, but the light you feel is now. In that meeting, between what was and what is, the universe becomes whole. The endless sky stretches around you, not above. It exists within every cell, every atom, every fleeting thought that glows for a moment and fades. You are not beneath it. You are part of it. The same laws that guide the galaxies guide your pulse. The same light that left a star long ago now rests behind your eyes. You have always belonged to the cosmos, and it has always belonged to you. So rest in that knowing. There is no final horizon, no last night, no true dark. Only continuation, only breath. The universe continues to unfold, slow and infinite, and you too are unfolding with it. Close your eyes, and you are the stars. Open them, and you are the light between. All of it, one motion, one dream, forever beneath and within the endless sky. The two galaxies rest. The Milky Way and Andromeda have met, and their stories are finished. One was the heart, the other the horizon, gravity and motion, memory and approach. For eons they drifted toward each other across the dark, guided by nothing but patience. Now they rest together, their stars mingled, their light folded into one quiet shape. The universe has taken its long breath, and the night is full again. In the beginning, there was Sagittarius A, the still point, the hidden pulse at the center of our home. There, time slowed until it became silence. Dust turned to language, light turned to memory, and gravity whispered the secret of endurance. From that deep calm, we learned that even the heaviest hearts can shine, that the core of darkness is also the center of belonging. And then came Andromeda, gliding across the ages, the reflection, the companion, the inevitable arrival. Her light was cooler, her music slower, her distance a promise stretching through time. When the two finally touched, there was no collision, only recognition. Two halves of the same thought meeting in the quiet. Stars passed through stars, halos merged, and the night became one vast body of light breathing softly in the void. Now, as their glow fades into golden calm, the lesson remains. Everything the cosmos has ever been still exists within it. Every atom, every photon, every orbit is remembered. Even silence is full of continuation. The galaxies have not ended. They have become peace itself. In that peace lies the rhythm of all things, birth and rest, expansion and return, brightness and stillness. The galaxies followed that rhythm just as we do, inhaling existence, exhaling wonder, each motion part of a greater serenity. To look into the night sky is to look into that same cycle, the same pulse that carries through stars and hearts alike. We are the universe, dreaming itself awake. So let the story close as it began, not with noise, but with breath. The Milky Way and Andromeda, the heart and the horizon, now rest in one eternal body of light. Their story continues quietly, unhurried, written in the soft glow that fills the spaces between atoms and thought. The galaxies have become stillness, and stillness has become everything. And somewhere, within that stillness, light begins again.